So in this next video, we're going to look at the commission and fees report that's available in Applied Relay. The commission and fees report will be a key report that's ran at month end. However, brokers can run it at any stage throughout the month also. So to begin, we've got the reports and management and commission and fees report. So as I mentioned there, this is a key report that will show brokers how much commission and fees they've earned in the given period of time that they've selected up in the top right hand corner. So just to begin, let's maybe just look at the filtering options that are available for this particular report. So you can see here available to transfer. So there's 4 different options here. So when you run this particular report, the idea is that you would select the method that you are earning your commission fees by, and then that will basically present the correct transactions on the report. So if you select commission and fees posted, this will essentially give you your list of commission and fees you've earned based on the premiums that you've posted in Relay. So so literally just based on what you've posted in the system. The second one here is a cash posting. So this basically means the commission and fees you've earned based on what you've been fully paid by your clients. So that's important that I stress, fully paid by your clients. Second one then is commission at reconciliation and fees at cash posting. So this is the split earnings. So you earn your commissions when you fully reconcile with your insurers or companies, and then you earn your fees when you've been fully paid by your clients. The last one there is commission and fees at reconciliation. So this basically means the commission and fees you've earned when you fully reconciled with your insurance companies. So you have the 4 options there, so it's up to yourselves to decide how you want to run it. Normally when you are running your month end in Relay, and if you're using the report scheduler, the commission and fee report would automatically be set up to run at a particular level. So if you've been onboarded in recent times, we would have likely asked you how you've earned your commission and fees and set this for you. So when you come in to actually run the commission and fees report, this should actually default to your preferred setting. However, as I said, you can decide to run this at any stage during the month by any method you prefer. So you can feel free to change that. So up the top right hand corner, you can see here that there's date options here. So you can obviously pick a particular date range. So if you just wanted to see how much monies you've earned in the previous month, you just put in your dates, pick your commission and fees earning option, and click preview. So if you run the commission fees report in this way, and you can see I have the detailed options selected, it will give you a listing of all of the monies that you've earned in that period of time. So this report will give you a listing of all the commissions you've earned and all of the fees you've earned, and also it'll give you any adjustments that you've earned from reconciling with your insurers. So if you're familiar with the reconciliation process in Relay, you can understand that you can adjust your net premium amount as you reconcile, and that will give you more or less commission as you go. So those transactions will be here. Also, you'll see journal fees and journal commissions if you use them. You note in that example there I had the detailed options selected. If I untick it now and click preview again, you can see it's different in that it doesn't give me a list of all the transactions. It just basically gives me the summary figures. So just to walk you through these, this is the gross premiums posted in the given period of time, the total commissions posted, fees, discounts, fee discount journals that you've been used, and any adjustments from the reconciliation process. But crucially, this is the commission figure and your fees that you've earned. So commissions and fees earned in the period of time. So if you're running your month end and you're running your commission and fees report, these are the 2 figures that would be available to transfer to your office account at the end of the month. So commissions and fees. So in terms of your reporting options here, you can decide to include a listing of all the transactions that make up the figures or not by unticking it. You can exclude post and error transactions, which would be recommended because they're just plus and minuses, contra entries that cancel each other out. So it would be advisable normally to have this ticked. And then if you wish, you can exclude client journal transfers. So these are obviously where you transfer monies from one account to another. So again, these would be a bunch of pluses and minuses. that you would see in the report. So again, it's up to yourselves whether you want to see them or not. Another important filtering option here is the grouping options that are available in the Commission and Fees report. So you can actually decide to run this in different ways. So rather than have it listing all the transactions one after the other, you can actually decide to say, well, I want to see it by company and I want to see it by policy type, just as an example. So if I run the same report using these grouping options, you'll see the difference. So you can see here it's giving me a list of each insurer one by one. So AIG is first, and then Allianz, and then there's a listing of all the policy types for that particular insurer. And then if you scroll to the right, you can see the relevant commission and fees that have been earned for that particular insurer for that particular policy type. So if you do want to run it in that way, you can. Again, the options there are by insurer, department, handler, client, policy type and premium type. So this would be normal or direct. In addition, then you also have a client range option here. So if you wanted to pick a particular client, so if I wanted to pick say my demo account, so Lange01, so this would just give me commission and fees for that particular client portfolio if you wish to run it that particular way. And then also you can pick your period of time. So every month you run a month end, or you should run a month end in Relay. And if you pick this particular period and preview it, it'll give you your commission and fees earned for that particular period. You can see here that the commission and fees report can be previewed in using Adobe or PDF, but you can also use the export option here to pull it out into a spreadsheet. So if you do want to see all the transactions that make up the report or the figures in a spreadsheet, you can run it in this particular way. You get a bit more information on the spreadsheet, as with all of our reports, you get a bit more information. So you can see here you can get all the figures, and then you can apply filters if you wish, or pivot tables to mine down and generate reports based on the figures. So just to conclude then, the commission and fees report is a key report that should be ran at the end of the month as part of your month end process, but you can also come in and run it at any stage throughout the month and run it in a different way in terms of how you might be earning your commission and fees. So you have the main options here, earning options that you can select. Your date ranges up here. And again, you have the grouping options available if you want the information to be presented in a different way. Normally have excluded, posted, and error ticked, and then it's up to yourselves whether you want to have a detailed report or just simply leave it unticked and just get the bottom line figures. Just one final point to make there, just in terms of the reports. If you do want to change the filtering options that you see when you select a particular report, such as the commission and fees, you just go into reports and maintenance and report settings. So if you want to change the commission and fees report, the filtering options, just double click on it here and click edit selection. So you can see here the filtering options come back up. So this is where you can come in and say, well, actually I want it always to run it this way whenever I run the report during the month. I want to exclude posted an error. I don't want to see a detailed report. I just want to see the bottom line figures, and so on. So they would be the main filtering options you would change at this particular stage. You might want to add in a particular grouping option as well, and then click save. So the idea here is the next time you go into the report, you'll see those particular filtering options saved. That concludes this video on the commission and fees report.